Well, hey, before the video starts, I'm going to go ahead and put this in the front of it. The Tokyo Ghoul D-Jump just came out for the Tokyo Re-Invoke, and Hyru's gameplay was revealed. I want to toss this in the start of the video right before we actually go ahead and go into things, so just give me a quick moment right now to look at this. So Hyru is going to be a Fess unit from as far as I know. I don't like how she holds it like this behind her shoulder, like a Guts. But her skill is very similar to Arima's in the damage, but it does more break damage, and she has guard instead of evade. I don't know, she definitely avoided that though. Alrighty. Oh, actually, like her finishing art, I am a huge fan of that. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna end up pulling on her, but she is coming to the game sometime soon, so she is going to be an alright unit. She's another red character, which is similar to the birthday Arima and birthday Kaneki, so we'll see going forward. Either way, she is coming to the game. Just wanted to confirm that to you guys before this started, and enjoy. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to a brand new video of Tokyo Ghoul Re-Invoke. And in today's episode, what we're here to do is we're going to be going ahead and covering the war that came out 2 days ago on JP and Global, and kind of talking about how this season is going to end up going. You can see instantly we do have a couple of clowns already around, and they've been doing some pretty good things. I find that the yellow-headed clown drops some really good stuff, and I've kind of been trying to put all of my souls, my three packs of souls into it, because he is extremely fun, and if you do get some good DPS on him, you do get some items back. For example, on the video I recorded earlier this week, I got a dupe Heisei off of the SSR ticket I got off of the clown damage, and I did my pulls on the Christmas banners for Eto, Kaneki, and Roma, and I ended up getting Eto luckily off of it, as well as Roma off of the 2 steps, so that is quite nice. Unfortunately, that footage did not have audio, so I don't know how I'm going to edit that into this, but it is a thing. I have been loving the Eto. I did max out her level right here. She is at the 3 out of 3 tier, and she's helpful as a dispatch connection. I honestly don't know. It seems to be 20 less minutes for your dispatches, which isn't too bad. There's also a time thing there. There's the treasure, and there's the info, which is quite nice. Also, they added a couple of new features we'll be covering later on today around units like this. For example, can I actually pull up your thing? This little notification button on the bottom left. We'll be covering that later on today, because it actually is something very, very interesting and fun. But for right now, let's go ahead and go into the news and cover exactly what we wanted to cover. So first and foremost, we'll go from the bottom and work our way up. There are a couple of things to cover inside the actual update to 2.1, but I can't really cover that right now because we are on the JP server. We'll talk about that when we get to Rebirth later on today. However, we do have a brand new war with a war reward of the Kanae from the Tsukiyama Extermination. They are green, so this is the second green war playable reward we've had. You can get these new Christmas characters off of different parts of the war. The Tsukiyama, I believe, is available from Strike ranking. I don't know how to get the Toka or Nishiki, but I believe they're around somehow, so I'll have to look into that later on today. We also have the Kanae, which looks... It's very anime, having like the side dash. I don't know if I approve of it, but we'll go ahead and cover you right now. So we have 4,600 HP, 400 attack, 440 defense. We have 6 AP and 5 durability, with a 100% reward of plus 4, 100% reward, 100% skill, unique skill of plus 4 AP, which goes up to 10 in total. Kanae also has anti-damage on red, yellow, and purple, meaning that any red, yellow, or purple characters currently inside the game will do less damage to them, which actually is interesting because they are green, so the red is something very helpful. I guess light and dark are very common, so it makes sense that they end up adding those, but you kind of need to get to 1010 to get the plus 3000 HP, because with only 4000 HP, you're not going to survive anything regardless, no matter how much HP you do have left. And we have this, which is Hartnackig. I can't pronounce that, but this is a skill of which is a brand new, like, permutation of what we currently have inside the game. So at 100%, you get a skill which gives you 50% skill charge to your entire front row, and it heals you for 20%. So all in all, this skill seems as if it's going to be extremely helpful for using characters like Kaya and Koma. It will also help out with trying to use characters that get very slow charges, or even just like Owl even. You could just max out his skill charge and just use his ability immediately with his full AP without having to charge it up when you first get in there. I think it's very interesting. Unfortunately, the rewards off of the war, unless you're in the top 3 on the server, you can't get this Kanai to 100%. There's not enough dupes for it, so that is quite unfortunate. Also, the 3D model of this Kanai is a JoJo. You can see the fucking your move. It's great. I love it so much. It's so like bent backwards. Your posture is awful. Listen, if you lived by the time you were 40, you would have some serious back problems. Trust me, I have seen the people in my family. There's a lot of back problems out there. You can't crouch down. You gotta like brass up. You gotta have your spine straight. I actually have a posture corrector on right now. Fun fact. That's a little thing for you. There's also the Christmas Kaneki and Christmas Hinami available. These are different characters from the ones we had before. The playable Christmas Hinami is not this one. However, these ones are dispatches that are worth getting. I believe they're inside the clown shop right now. And we have a couple of boosts here and some new details toward the war. Now, this war is in fact 3 weeks long, meaning that the reward is... So first of all, it runs from the 18th to the 8th, which is 3 straight weeks of grind hell. And the points go up to 100 million. Now, I am currently behind today because I'm only at 9.1 million, and I'm meant to be on the curve. Actually, I actually might be on the curve to get this stuff done. I haven't done any dispatches today, but you're meant to get 4.7 million per day to be able to get to 100 million by the end of the war. So, I mean, I'm on my way, but today, unfortunately, the only reason why I'm dressed like this, by the way, with my shitty Christmas sweater, is because I have a holiday party in, like, 2 hours or so. So I'm trying to get this out of the way before I go to that, but I'm probably going to end up falling behind today, unfortunately, which is just, wow. God, apparently I have a bunch of these I can just proc at any time on my webcam. What is this? I can lens flare. The vestiges of one for... Damn it. The vestiges of one for all are here. Anyway. Yeah, so I probably am going to fall behind on the war today, unfortunately. I want to try and go as hard as possible tomorrow and onwards. I've been so busy, and, like, now that this war is on, I need to, like, become a hermit and just go all in on trying to grind it. And, like, global has been completely shafted so far for my grinding. I'm at, like, 2 million so far, which is super low compared to what I'm supposed to be. But, yeah. Here, let's go ahead and continue looking at the stuff inside the files. So, during this war, they brought back every single raid that had currently come out up to this point, and I believe they have the same difficulty as they had before. So I haven't had the chance to get the new Half-Kuja Kaneki level yet. I have gotten the Rize, I've gotten the Heisei, I've gotten the Shiraz, and I've gotten the Akira. Out of all the ones currently available, I would say that the Rize one is probably the easiest, because she doesn't do that much damage, and if you have BR, for example, he just doesn't really care about what she's doing. I found so far the Ghoul Heisei to be the most difficult, because he has a killer for blue. So if he does hit the Black Reaper, he hits like a truck, and I find it really hard to one-turn his level. Shirazu's not too bad because I found a way to use Kaya's skill to be able to get enough AP and beat him in one turn, which is nice, without him even awakening. And Ryakira is just Ryakira. Truthfully, they're all fantastic ways to grind out tickets, and I'm really glad they brought them back around. If these are commonly on most of the wars, I would be very happy with it, because here's the thing. I don't have enough common weapon mods right now. I run out extremely often because I've been using them to also upgrade my dispatch units, because I'm trying to get them all to 100% guaranteed. So right here, when I get half an hour or an hour and a half of any one of these bosses, I want to grind that immediately. It is the only thing that when I dispatch and I get this back, I actually feel happy and want to grind. When you dispatch and you get back like, oh great, that's a Ghoul light quest for an hour and a half, you don't feel happy about it. You just kind of grind it because you need the points for it. So it's always nice. We also have some new levels here in Christmas levels with the Christmas Akira and Christmas Hinami. Now, I have not touched these levels yet. They are S-rank difficulties, so I do want to cover them later on today if we don't get any good dispatches back. So it does seem interesting. I think the S-rank quest is going to be something to experiment with, and apparently you only get, like, break damage when you use a character of which is critical against it. So, like, if the Hinami is light, you have to use a dark character to be able to break the enemies. It's fascinating. It's really what they need to do to improve the difficulty of things. Also have the Christmas summons right here, of which has the beautiful Re-Season 2 Kaneki. We have the Eto, of which is after my own heart. And we have Roma, of which is here. She exists. Oh boy. And finally, oh, you can also go and enter a contest to win a Heisei Nendroid. I'm still waiting on mine in the mail. It's kind of weird that it hasn't, like, come out yet, but we're hoping for the best. Also have this, which I don't quite know about, but it appears to be talking about the 25th when there is a new maintenance, so that is interesting. It seems to say something about SRs. Okay. And finally, the thing that I was looking forward to quite a bit previously is this. They dropped the banners for the birthday Arima and birthday Kaneki. Now, I was seriously hoping they would drop new units for this, like, birthday celebration, because it makes more sense. Post-renewal, especially, these characters don't really have a place in our current metagame because of the power creep that's been coming up recently. Like, Arima is really good at doing DPS as a red, but he can't out DPS Shirazu. Same thing with the birthday Kaneki. Birthday Kaneki is an awakening unit, and he's red, and he's beaten by Shirazu. So there's not really a reason to pull on either this Arima or the Kaneki, because they aren't really units that are especially... They're alright, but not in the state of the game that currently is happening. Here, we'll just go over the stats real quick, and I'll talk about exactly why. So we have 8,560 HP, 800 attack, 600 defense, 6 AP, and 12 durability, with a 100% skill of plus 4 AP. It's going to be very difficult to get him to 100% unless you use stimulants, because his banner is a 5-step banner with only a guarantee on the 5th step, which is unfortunate. You do get a dispatch character, his birthday dispatch, off of the 3rd step and the 5th step apparently, but meh. We also have a plus 500 attack. We have a plus 100 defense. We have a plus 2,000 HP and a plus 20% critical chance, which we do know is very helpful because critical chance, it allows you to get crits when the enemy isn't broken. And also when you do get a crit, you get double the amount of skill charge back. So having that on a 10-10 skill is quite nice. His skill here is do a bunch of damage to one person, and then whatever, and then it like spreads to the sides of the stage and does extra damage to the people around them. So it does less damage, but still quite a bit, and gets a break. It's a very unique skill inside the game currently, and I can't really explain it too aptly without actually showing it off. But, wait, what? That is fucked up! His quote is him saying he'll need a new Quinque and stabbing the ground, of which is meant to be Kaneki's head as he murders him. Happy birthday, kiddo! I stabbed you in the head. Huh. He also, like, he's holding it as if he has it currently inside Kaneki's head. That's fucked, Arima. That is dark. Your surrogate son doesn't deserve this, but... all in all, I would say unless you are a hardcore Arima collector, which I know people are out there, Birthday Arima is a pretty harsh pass. He does good DPS, but he doesn't have the foundation that Feshirazu has in place already, and his AoE isn't really worth it when there's other characters that can do better. In the red category, even, I would say that, like, most red units that are out currently that are actually relevant, like Owl, like Shirazu, I guess that's the main examples, to be honest. They have their own purposes on a team and have solidarity to be able to actually survive as well, while he has no, like, field presence aside from breaking and just kind of doing a bunch of DPS. So without the avoid chance especially, I also think that he's arguably not as great as the Fest. Well, I don't know. It's hard to decide. I do like his birthday art quite a bit. He actually has some photos in the background of him with the Quink squad from their fancy old dinner together, so that is quite nice. We also have 1.7 times territory rewards if you end up getting to 100%, which is quite nice, and he has some pretty good links with the 15% money down, 50% rare drops up, 10% I think that's points, question mark, and 10 less minutes of dispatching. And we also have the birthday Kaneki. Both of them go away on the 26th, so that is something. So here's the birthday Kaneki, of which is also red, and you get his dispatch on steps 3 and 5 of this 5-step banner, and you only get birthday Kaneki himself guaranteed on the 5th step. I like his art a lot. He has like a slight glow to him, which is quite nice. Something about his like free fall T-pose makes me very happy, though his toes look absolutely disgusting. Anyway, we have 9,100 HP, which I could make a Vegeta joke right there if I was that kind of person. We have 620 attack, 310 defense, 10 AP, and 7 durability. His defense is very, very low. With a unique skill of 100%, he gets 1.5 times break bonus, only to himself. So, not the greatest 100%, to be honest, especially because he's a character, which, like, Shirazu gets his break bonus of 1.8 times attack at 10-10, rather than 100%, so this is so much more investment to get that to actually make him relevant. We also have plus 500 attack, plus 100 defense, plus 3 durability, and a 30% crit chance upgrade, which actually is quite nice. I have hiccups all the time. It actually is a quite nice upgrade for the criticals because, as I said before, you get double the skill charge off of it, and you can only get crits before breaking if you have the skill. So 30% is something to not laugh at. We also have here his skill and awakening skill. All in all, he is a very blatant breaker DPS. He's an AoE unit. He awakens and says, "I'm a ghoul," and like scratches his face. Though he doesn't actually scratch his face because model interactions are hard. I guess he's an awakening AoE type Shirazu, but his defense is remarkably lower, and I personally don't feel him. I like his model a lot. I like his concept a lot. but try and eat this, dude. I like how his knees like reset when he goes back to resting. Watch. See? He like jolts out. He like has to quickly man spread. Watch. Weird. Weird. Okay. And you also do get the Kaneki dispatch off of this. He does have the Re-Season 2 haircut, so this is from post-Coakley invasion, which makes it even darker, but he also has some high save photos behind him to like celebrate this good old hot pot. I like it a lot. It does make me very happy, and I do wish, like... I wish the birthday Kaneki was more worth it, because I really want this dispatch. And that's all on me. Also, he has like a weird fade on his hair inside his dispatch unit in the portrait. Weird. He also has minus 15 minutes, minus 3 minutes, 14% discovery of words, I believe, 25% money down, and plus 20% info back, which is quite nice. And yeah, my assumption previously was that we were going to get new playable Arima and Kaneki units, because it made a lot of sense that they would end up using this chance with these new banners to make some sort of fancy, like, not even just power creep, but just having like new characters to pull on that are actually interesting, because this is the time to do it. The game is in its renaissance, and if you want to get people to pull, you need to put out characters of which are hyped up and fantastic. A Kaneki and Arima that are brand new, if you drop them on the same banner, people would go in on that continuously. Make it a 5-step, make it the last one guaranteed, make it a double banner, and so if you have to, or if you don't get the Arima or Kaneki in the first rotation, you go in again. That's how you do it, that's how you make the money. But the way that they did it instead is just new dispatch units. You love those ones, right? Because dispatch units are so much easier to make. And that is really unfortunate to me, I feel. So while these birthday banners are cool, I suppose, I'm personally not going to end up pulling, because I don't really think these characters are relevant currently inside the metagame we have going. Especially because they're red, and red already has some very good units, and Shirazu will always be a filler on fest banners, meaning you always have a chance to get that golden boy. So putting 250 Haka into a birthday banner when you can randomly pull Shirazu off a fest banner for 50 more Haka, it's just not worth it, in my opinion. You also don't need... For the Kaneki, you don't need dupes, but for the Arima, you definitely do, because his skill upgrades actually are quite sizable. He goes from 1.7 to durability and ×1, all the way up to 1.7 minus 3 durability, ×1, 10 hits, and he also gets the AP at the end of his tree, which he actually does need pretty handedly. So, re-invoke, man. It's in a weird state. Though I do think we're going to be having some pretty interesting things coming up soon, because we do have that Kanai available on the war. And this Kanai actually is going to be a pretty big meta changer, I feel. Granted, the war rewards, you get a copy of them at the early parts of the war, I believe. I think it's 600,000? No? What point is it at? I already have a copy somewhere. Or do I not? No, you don't get a copy of them until 10 million points. Jeez. So you get a copy there. Is there any others? I know there's at least... There's one more at 20 million. And is that it for the rest of the entire war? Yeah. So... if you're trying to do the war casually, within this 3 weeks, you can definitely get to 20 million and at least get your 2 copies of the Kanai. I'm going to keep on pushing, but that's really unfortunate. That makes very little sense that you would have that low a reward on this war being the final copy of the character that's actually important and relevant. Huh. And if you are in, for example, the top 1,000, you get 2 more copies of this Kanai. 2 more copies only gets you to 60% in total. In order to get more copies, you need to be in the top 50. And that'll get you to 80%. To get Kaneki actually maxed out, you need to be in 3rd or above place and rank on the war. The issue is that this Kaneki isn't going to be relevant until their skill is upgraded for the most part. So it's so unfortunate. And we actually don't know like what the skill charge is like on the skill of this Kaneki, so we don't actually know like how relevant it is. There's also 20% is 20% skill charge, 30% is 30, or 40% is 30%, 60% is 40%, and oh, that's confusing. It goes from 20%, 30%, 40%, 50% on each of the skill charges. So every upgrade definitely matters. You don't need to get to 100%, I suppose, because you don't need the AP increase unless you're trying to get the skill charge like consistently. So I guess 80% is okay. You typically want to get to the 100 anyway. All in all, the rewards feel very nonsensical to me, at least. I'm very curious as to why they decided to only put 2 rewards in there. I know they did it last time, but like, I hoped they would have changed it. We are going to get our dispatches back right now. There actually is a complete all button now and a select all button now, so it makes it much easier to just like, oh, I don't have to edit it all. Here's every reward I got off of this dispatch. Here, let's look at the intel. This actually shows you all of the drops you get off of it. I didn't get any rare dispatches, unfortunately. But they definitely are worth trying to look into because they have like a Kojima on there. They have a bunch of really interesting characters. We got half an hour of dark, blue, and red. And we got an hour of money and half an hour of books. That's lame. Here, I'm also going to go ahead and dispatch all of these again because this is the select all button in the top left right here. So you can just kind of select all the ones you have available. Max that out, go through all the wards, and look at that. It only costs me 10,000 to actually get to 100% guaranteed on all of them now. That feels really, really nice, actually. Makes me very happy. I also want some extra points here, so I wouldn't mind tossing on this Halloween Kaneki as our boy. Also appear to not be able to max out all of these. There's always like a 1% chance of failure. That's fine. You do you. We're gonna do the Christmas dispatch, or the Christmas levels today, I suppose. Oh, clown. Alright, sorry about that. I had to go get something done. But we're gonna go ahead and get into this right now. Do we do the Hinami or the Akira first? I'm debating. We'll try out the Akira. We'll do the A rank, then the S rank, and see exactly how difficult they are. And then maybe do the Hinami either on screen this time or next time. I actually don't know exactly what typings I have to cover. I definitely want a dark. I don't know if I want Mutsuki behind Black Reaper, because that's a double blue category, which isn't that helpful. We're gonna put... I'm gonna put Fess Ammon behind Black Reaper. I feel like I don't want Psycho either. I need to have a light unit. I guess Heisei is light already. What categories am I missing right now? So I have blue, red, green. I actually have everything. That's really chill, actually. Heisei is really good for covering the ground on this because he has killers for red, blue, and green. Let's do it. We're going to go into this with this team. I've heard things about, like, needing to have type advantages, so I'm trying to, like, make sure I have one of every typing before I go into this. I don't know. People have just been hyping this up quite a bit, and I'm just like, huh? I want to find out exactly how difficult it is. Alright, so are you a low health? No, you actually have health. Okay, we'll do 1, 2, 3. Our goal is going to be the skill charge on Black Reaper, obviously, on our first turn. Hmm. See, the thing is, like, I can get the break this turn guaranteed if I just double swap. We're gonna do it. There we go. And also got the break on Black Reaper as well. So I'm going to use all my AP here to charge up everything. I probably should have awakened Shirazu there as well. We're going to use Heisei's buff in this situation to maybe kill her. If we kill her, we have a skill for next wave. Perfect. So we have buff, we have kill for next wave, and we have a guaranteed break with the skill. That's the birthday Akira. That's the, like, shirt, white shirt only, lewd Akira. I'm a fan. Trust me, Akira. You have a precious fan right here. I'm going to pop this off. Black Reaper. Crush. Oh, God. My lighting is, like, messing up right now. Here. What if I do this? That is semi-better. That works. We're gonna get skill charge. Because that sounds good right now. I actually do need that. And there's no point in popping Shirazu's skill here when the boss is next. Hey there! You are mildly attractive, and I'm going to stab you. I'm sure. You know, that's not a quote I say often. Nor a quote that I ever want to get in the habit of saying often. But I respect it. And that's the kill on A rank. So I guess A rank isn't too rough. I'm curious to see exactly what the next rank is going to be then. I guess S rank is going to be the one that's primarily, like, horrifying. Actually, what's the territory points like off this? Oh, I got 300 tickets off of that? Jeez, that's really nice, actually. And I got all the Hawk off of it. Neato. Also dropped some pretty good SSR blue rewards. Granted, there's other things to grind blue rewards off of. Here, let's try out A rank. Or S rank. Alright, so S rank, we do have kind of our team already made up here. We're going to call this... Apparently, Power Rangers doesn't fit, so we'll just call it Power Range. Because we have a color of each typing. Now let's go ahead and go into this. A true party. Alrighty. So I guess now is the time to check. Do I do break damage with units that aren't critical to you? That's a no. So every 5th hit, I need my Premium Heisei to get the hit to do a durability damage. That is good to know. Also horrifying, but good to know. In that casing, like... Actually, I just realized, it actually says weak below her portrait right now. Let's see what kind of damage they can do to you. I'm going to swap in Kaya just to get my skill charge extra. Because no point in saving my changes when I don't really need to. So this is fine. I'm not going to get any durability damage, but at least that's extra skill charge. Jeez! You hit like a truck. And you have so much AP as well. Jeez, man. Okay. I'm going to awaken the Shirazu and then get the break with Heisei right now. Okay. So we have the break. How about the DPS here? Oh, God. Alright, we will do our damnedest to attempt to actually get a kill this turn. Because, like, I can't let... I don't want to take too much damage before the final waves. I actually might need to pull in a healer at some point soon. What are you weak to? What color are you? You are blue. I know what to do. First of all, Black Reaper can't break right now, so this is perfectly fine to just proc this. Rad. And we are going to go ahead and plan around this. 1, 2, 3. Bop. So my high state, because he's currently at... What do you call it? 60%. He does 9 hits, so he's able to get a pretty good combo every single time he uses his skill, which is very, very pleasant. I'm going to die this turn, aren't I? This is going to suck. Alright, I can't awaken with Ammon, so like... Just don't murder my entire team! Please. Ammon's at least buffed, so I don't need my premium high state to be alive. It's just, it's unfortunate if he does die. So I love that boy. I'll never stop loving that boy. Insert that one vine here. I won't stop loving you. Bitch. And so on. Alright. Okay. Here's the plan. It's a pretty good one, actually. Actually, I'm really a huge fan of that. The double swap works out pretty well because I need the damage with Ammon and the break. Perfect. The final wave is probably... It's probably going to be light, so I need my dark units in. I'm going to use Heisei to get some extra damage here. And I guess, like, Shirazu can do some pretty decent damage if he's able to next turn as well. I just kind of want to try and get my skill charges off here. She is, in fact, light, so she can only take break damage from people who are dark. Meaning Heisei to free break damage. Rad. We'll do 1, 2, 3, 4. Bop. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bop. And I guess just pop this off. We need to get our combo up anyway, and any DPS is good to go. See, like, I don't need to get every 5th hit, because I know it's only on... Well, I could just go all the way in with this. I need to do 30 hits. I currently have 18 AP. Oh, I know what I can do. Swap in Black Reaper. We'll do 1, 2, 3, 4. Bop. So I don't want to use too much. Okay. I'm going to pop this. The plan is to try and get her very, like... We have to plan around this very carefully. But we can get a break this turn. I can guarantee that much. Hit. We have exactly the amount of AP we need to get the break this turn. Yeah! Perfect. In that casing, I actually would love to pop Kaya's skill right now and give 4 AP to my entire squad. There you go. I got her up to 80% as of this war, and she's actually been doing some really good work for me so far. Now, I don't need to do any more durability damage, so our goal is going to be the DPS with Black Reaper right now. We'll keep on doing it. So, this level definitely does seem like it's difficult, but if you just plan your team around it, you could definitely get some good stuff done with it. Yeah! It's another one that bites the dust. I'm very happy about that. It's actually a lot of fun, too. Actually having to plan around what you do inside quests like this, it's almost like it's an actual video game. Surprise. I know I'm very, like, disdainful towards the idea of, like, having no content is actually difficult, but this is absolutely a step in the right direction. I actually wouldn't mind doing the A rank and S rank of the Hinami quest right now as well, and just kind of grind this out later on as well. See, the A rank at least lets me check out, like, what typings the characters will have before I go into it. Let's do it. We're gonna make this extra long today, because Because I can like render this out and toss it out while I'm at the party. So it's not too terribly bad to just kind of set this up as we go. Hey there, Hinami. Is that the Awakening one? No, that's the red one. That's fine then. That's absolutely fine. And there's a break. Oh, Shirazu has a break bonus too. Nice. We'll get the Awakening off. And do the thing. You know, we'll actually get the buff off as well. That sounds nice. You know, I don't really talk about my personal stuff, like personal life stuff often. But like today, I'm actually looking forward to the party I'm going to quite a bit. They've confirmed that they're going to have... Oh, green! Shirazu, now's your time to shine. They've confirmed they're going to have some pretty nice prizes there, including some tickets to a fancy old aquarium, which I'm a huge fan of. I kind of been spending a lot of my time recently inside like cafes, inside just different things that are... What? You know what? You dance like me inside a club. I respect it. Oh, you're dead. Oh, fuck. I shouldn't have popped that first. That's fine. Whatever. But yeah, I've been spending a lot of my time inside like cafes and museums, and I've kind of been trying to explore the city and see exactly what it has to offer. Because I want to find one of those comfy spaces that's like... I don't know. I'm very intent on finding a cafe I enjoy going to. So that's kind of what I've been trying to pursue recently. And like... Last week, or maybe 2 weeks ago at this point, I had went to a cafe near one of my old alternative schools that I went to. And when I went there and got myself a fancy old caramel macchiato, because I'm one of those guys, I saw a sign on the staircase that said, "Discover, Awaken, Transform." And it was a workshop. And me, being the curious soul that I am, also, our team is perfectly fine with this, actually, it's perfect. Me being the curious soul that I am, I decided to Google the name of the thing that I was looking at. And I decided to try and look further into it, because I was very interested to see exactly what this workshop was going to be. So it was a workshop about philosophy, and culture, and it was a cult meeting. I don't know how to explain it aptly, but I paid $5 for a ticket on Eventbrite, and upon going upstairs, I quickly realized that it was absolutely a meeting of trying to convert people to their cult. And all throughout, they were talking about some things that are pretty reasonable, to be honest. Like, oh, a part of what makes the world kind is being able to love thy neighbor. And what we do is we have our philosophy. We think about things really in depth. Oh, and then we have culture. We discuss the different cultures we come from. The differences between Eastern and Western ideologies. Being able to bring people together. It sounds fantastic. It sounds absolutely stellar. And the third one is volunteering. And volunteering is meant to be... You go out, you're part of this program, you represent their brand, and you're meant to, just help out communities around you. That sounds amazing as well. The issue is in order to actually join the program, they mentioned at the end of the workshop that you have to join a class of which has... It's 13 weeks to do the workshop. And throughout the 13 weeks, you pay $273 per session per week. And in doing so, you let go of all of your financial needs and instead focus entirely on trying to bring together the community around you. You want to know what that's meant to mean? We're a creepy cult. Give us money and we can kind of, oh, you know, we'll volunteer sometimes. Don't even worry about it, dude. And it felt so scummy. And I understand that the money makes the world go round and all of that. but the like sheer feeling that you have in a scenario like that when you go above a cafe very suddenly and find a cult like that. And it seemed like they were also talking about, like, apparently they have, oh god, they were talking about how, like, their setup, they have, like, dormitories and stuff. So once you finally join the program, you don't actually need to, like, pay for housing because you're part, it's so strange. So that was one of my last week things, and I've been trying to explore a lot like that and trying to just find things around the city. I found a bookstore of which held a gay homecoming, and at the gay homecoming, apparently, like, someone overdosed in the bathroom. It's fucked. There's some, like, really dark shit around the city, and Toronto is definitely a city that never sleeps, in its own ways. Its sleep is blood on a 3 a.m. park bench in a TTC substation. TTC being the Toronto Transit Company, the public transit we have here inside the city. It's been weird, certainly. And I have the holiday party today because I met some new people, and I was invited to go and do this thing. So I've been getting these very unique experiences that have been coming up, and I've kind of been... I don't like sharing it too much because, like, personal life stuff. I have so much... Oh, daily reset just happened 3 minutes ago. Cool. It's 10:03. Neat. Oh, look, I should show off. There's a brand new title screen, by the way, which has a new Amon Dojima Plus art on it, which is weird because they chose 2 investigators. One of them's Black Reaper, which is an exclusive unit. One of them is the Amon, of which hasn't even been released yet. I don't understand it myself. But yeah, I've just been collecting unique experiences throughout the city and trying to experiment with what's around. And it's been fascinating. There's been so much, like, personal stuff that's been happening that I can't really talk about. Like, I didn't get a chance to talk about this. My ex was staying at my place for the last, like, week, I guess. But I can't talk about that because it feels too weird. There's so much stuff that's been happening in my own personal life that I just can't discuss, really. It's fascinating. It's interesting what, like, I am currently doing versus what you guys are seeing. I'm a weird dude. I find very strange things interesting, I think. We did get the S rank Hinami done, and honestly that one was far easier because I think that the typings are a lot easier to counter for my team, at least. We actually did get some common weapon vouchers. I would not mind investing in... I guess I don't really need any of these SSRs. Like, I could get this. I can get some Bikakus for that. I'll save it for later. For right now, I actually did want to discuss the 2 other things they added in this game in this update before we end off. First and foremost, we have the Institute, of which is a system where you put in materials that you have excess of, and you randomly get one of these items out of it. It can be any of these R materials, it can be any of the SSR materials, and at the top, there's actually a like 0.2% chance of getting 6,000 weapon vouchers, which, if you need weapon vouchers, 6,000 is 10 times what I currently have. So that sounds real neat, but it is only a small chance. It's completely random. So I have a lot of materials here. And I used quite a few of them to try and, like, pop things off to get them out of the 999 stacks. But I still have quite a few that I have to pop off and kind of fuse together. People were talking about how you can organize it by, like, the certain colors, but it doesn't really help too much because it's not organized in what stack is the highest. Like, I have a bunch of Ghoul materials that are stacked pretty high. Like, for example, I have 697 of this material. Put that in. Then I have to scroll all the way back down to the Ghoul material section. Try and find where it even was. This one has 360 out of 973. That's fine. Put that in. Scroll down. Oh, this Ghoul one. Which other ones are high stacks? I guess 580 or 679 is fine. So, like, having to put 3 different things in each time does take a while, so I found it very difficult to try and do it fast. But if you fuse them all together, they come back with one random reward out of everything you can get. And I got 45 of the green CCG cubes off of it. So it's definitely worth looking into. And if you do your excess grinding on the war to try and get extra materials, this is the way to convert them into common weapon mods and stuff. So something to look into, something to look forward to even. And also, I want to talk about this new notification button. So the notification button you can turn on to be able to inform you whenever you have an upgrade to do on certain characters. I guess the creators of the game found it difficult to find out when you could upgrade certain units. So here's an example. I currently have the bell icon on this Nishiki. If I can actually click him fully. It's on, it's good to go. I need 4 green Bikakus. Let's go find those. 4 green Bikakus, 4 green Bikakus, 4 green Bikakus. There we go. And so once you have the materials to actually upgrade the character here, then the bell icon will just be there. And you can click it, and it'll tell you the units that you can upgrade currently that you have available. You go into it, click it, done and good to go. I think it's a really nice feature for being able to keep up to date on characters that you don't like know too much about. Like, hell, even if I had a character like Urie that I never actually intend to upgrade, but if I toss on the notification button and I accidentally get like 5 red SSR Bikakus, I can upgrade him and just know about it. It's small quality of life stuff that actually stacks up to be really, really nice. And it makes me happy, I feel. The game's in a great state, aside from the birthday celebrations, I feel. The S quests are actually... We had to put tactics into it. That's a first for LeaInvoke. So, absolutely incredible. I'm going to keep on dispatching throughout the season. I want to get to streaming more often during this time. I just haven't had much free time recently. And now I have the new XLR cord that I was waiting for yesterday instead of the mail. I'm actually able to have good audio quality and be better. So, that'll be the plan for right now. Either way, thank you so much for watching. Yeah, I appreciate your patronage, and I'm glad that people are sticking around to enjoy that sweet LeaInvoke time. Likely I will end up pulling on one of the new Fest banners that does drop soon. Probably not Hyrule. I'll probably wait for the one after Hyrule, because Hyrule isn't really my type of thing, but it is going to be fun. So right now, actually, what else do I have here for my... Oh, you know what I also have? God, these fucking things are so weird. God. Anyway. Thank you for watching Tokyo Ghoul LeaInvoke. I will see you guys tomorrow with some brand new videos, and hopefully the holiday party goes well. Take it easy. See you later. And bye for now.